Good evening, colleagues. I am so excited to bring something to you this evening that I hope will be helpful. First of all, I want to say to you that it is a joy and a privilege to come alongside you this semester. And I say this because I will always remember my two classes that we all came together this semester and all of a sudden things just stopped and we're all sheltered down. And in all of my years, I have never seen anything like this. I was around, of course, when 9/11 happened, and I was actually in Porter Building over there in a room by the student lounge. And I just remember that my students came in and the planes had hit the towers. And I just remember, wow, what am I to say? Well, we didn't say anything, we just cried. Because when you have times like this, sometimes you just have to cry. And that is okay. And sometimes you have to just sit silent. And you put your head down and you think, oh, what is going on? And I will say to you that I think about you all so often. And I know that this is going to turn around. It's going to make a miraculous recovery. But I also want to be still. And I want to find out what I am supposed to learn from this. I don't want this to go by me so fast that I don't seize the opportunity to be still and to listen and to find in this quietness and this stillness these precious nuggets that I am to know personally and professionally as the greatest calling in the whole world, alongside being a mom and a grandma, and that's a teacher. There has never been anything that has been so joyous to me than teaching. Oh, it drives my heart, ignites my soul, and gives me the greatest joy and hope. Because I look at you and I think about you so often and I think, these young people are going to change the world. And you'll probably recall this at the beginning of your course pack. Their hearts were fired, their thoughts driven by a dream about their own classroom of students. That dream possessed them and imperiously ruled over their minds and shaped their destinies, compelling them to go on what many called a fool's mission. For it was on a fool's mission upon which they began their journey, a call to make a difference in this very difficult world. In a sense, they were casting their fishing nets into a sea, a turbulent sea, a human sea, with children's souls held captive by pain. You see, teaching is a fervent call that ignites the soul and summons the heart. Its mission is to eliminate pain and engender hope and joy within generations that can be held by bondage by so many things that can occur. Wow. Unprecedented time right now. I will tell you that as a teacher, I am called to do two things. Number one, fierce protection. And right now I'm feeling very fierce protection for all of you and for your families. My family, my oldest son and grandchildren and daughter-in-law live up in Fenton. And our two other sons are here with us in our home. And we're learning lessons about life and sharing things that we've never shared before. And I don't want to lose those nuggets in those moments. And I say to you that right now, I want you to just realize that you are being prepared for this mission field like no other, to make such a critical difference in the lives of the children whose classrooms you will be showcasing your pedagogical skill. So right now, I'm feeling just outrageous, courageous, loving joy for all of you. Joy that we get to share time together and perhaps we can learn some things together, which is going to usher in my next set of comments. I think that we've had enough academics for this semester, and I look forward to reviewing the rest of your direct lessons. The two tasks, again, of course, are the written narrative of the direct lesson, all the 7 steps, including the format. And then the second thing is showcasing in full narrative as if you have the students in front of you going through the lesson. But I think it's important for these next couple of weeks that we really stop the academics and let the heart be ignited, and maybe share and come up with some ideas how we can work together and we can envision what this might look like when we have students in front of us, whether we're at home, on our internet, or whether we're with students. Because every student, every family, regardless of social, emotional, language, ethnicity, it doesn't matter. Crisis hits. And we need to be prepared to be able to help our children catapult out of this and to see hope. So I would like to propose that Monday evening, I can create a Zoom meeting. I will create one Zoom meeting for one of my classes and another Zoom for another class. And together we determine how we want to close out this semester. And I think we have to do it in a way that what would be most assistive, that would help us, number one, self-care, and number two, think about when we're in a situation like this and we have a classroom of children. Their greatest need, of course, is protection, is unconditional love, hope, and purpose. We come alongside their parents and families to do that. So I will be sending out an email as soon as I sign up for a couple of Zoom times. And I would like each one of you to come on. I'm thinking about probably in the evening, probably one at 8 o'clock and one at 9 o'clock. And I want you to Zoom in, and together we are going to determine our next 2 weeks. The other thing is, there's been some comments. A couple of you have asked me about the pass-fail option that the provost has sent out. Well, it doesn't seem to make too much sense in my class because, you know, you just redo the assignment or you do some revisions and you have the check, which means an A. I refuse to have any of you fail. It's just not in my DNA. And honestly, it should not be in the DNA of any teacher. So saying that, if that's something you're interested in, we'll have to talk through that, and that would be something that you would seek me out individually on. I would rather see you take an incomplete than, a failure. And you all are up to speed on all of your work. Several of you have a couple of things to turn into me. But this direct lesson will be the capstone of our time together in this semester, along with some other things that we're going to craft that will deal with self-care and student care. So I don't want you to worry about your grades. I want you to deal with the stresses that you have around you, and know that I have and always will have your back as best I can. So I think that's all for tonight. I'm getting ready to go with my husband, and we just go on a little drive. We live in the country, so we go on and we look at the animals. And I've got this big, very, very, very overweight cat that my sons have. I should go get her for you, but she's really heavy. So I will show her to you in the Zoom meetings. So the purpose in me sending out this video is to tell you we're going to let the heart lead and let the head rest. And in the heart, the human heart, wow, such an adventure. So I am foregoing the rest of the academics for this semester, for these 2 weeks, and concentrating on you individually, how you are doing. Perhaps we can call it wellness, we can call it mindfulness, we can call it self-care, we can call it other care when we're around in our Zoom meeting. So if you have any questions, you can ask them at the Zoom meeting. You can call me, text me, send an airplane over. I will read the flyer because I deeply do care for you and I love you. Teachers love their students. It just is. It is what it is. So be looking for an email from me, and I'm available at any time to take your calls. Many blessings to your families, those around you, your brothers and sisters, maybe your own children, your mom, your dad. I know some of you have lost parents. It's rough. It's rough right now. but we're going to get through it. And come the end of the semester, you know my email, you know my phone number. And when I retire, I'm not sure when that's going to be. I'm still available to you for support. I wish you well, and we'll talk soon. Thank you for listening to me. Sleep sweet. Good night.